Hello, friends. Yeah, they want to be fed. It's getting kind of late, and so they think I should be taking care of them instead of filming. But oh well. So, hello, friends. In the state of Texas, something happened this weekend. Deer season started. Now, whether you're pro-hunting, anti-hunting, or like me, and not really into hunting, but not against it, the fact is it's hunting season, and it's big business, and there's a lot of money to be made, and the animals need it. I mean, unless the animals are reduced, their populations are reduced, they'll starve. So there is a reason for deer hunting. I personally am not really into hunting. Just not my thing. I wasn't raised that way, just not into it. But it did start this weekend. And it is big business, and almost every town around here will have events starting off the deer hunting season. My community did too. Big fundraiser barbecue. But even more important is if you're hunting, what do you do with the deer once you shoot it? Now, there are those who just want the head and leave the rest, and that's just wrong. That is so wrong on so many levels, because that's good food. Most of the hunters I know, they either process the deer themselves or they take it to someone who processes it for them. Well, like any animal that you process, you've got stuff that you're not going to use. The guts, for one thing. The bones, you're just not going to use that. And if you're a deer processor or any kind of butcher, you pay to throw that away. Well, if I could, I would feed all my dogs raw year-round on a natural raw diet. It's so much better for them. I don't care what anybody says. It is better for them. The kibble industry it started after World War II. And no matter what, it does not provide as good a nutrition. But the reality is I just don't have access to enough supplies of food year-round to feed my dogs that way. But when deer season comes, I get a lot of free bones and meat. The stuff that gets thrown away, I can go get it for free. And since deer season started this weekend, bow season was before this weekend, but now any firearms can be used. And I had to go to town today. And when I went to town, after I got the hay I needed for the goats and other feed, I stopped at my local deer processor. And he had scraps for the dogs. So let me show you what I got. What I did is I had more bags, but he didn't have a whole lot, and some of it looked kind of old. I didn't want to take it. But I filled this bag and another bag with meaty bones and scraps. Now, the bones, I'm going to feed the dogs here in a minute the bones. There's tons of meat on them. Neck bones are great. Ribs are great, but neck bones are fantastic. My dogs love the neck bones. And they provide such good nutrition to the dogs. But a lot of those scraps, what I do, and I just rinsed off my dehumidifier trays, haven't used them, and they were kind of getting dusty. And so I'm going to lay all these scraps of meat on these trays and take them into the house and plug it in. And what that does is, after they are dried, after they dry, I've got deer dog treats. And then this is all stuff that would be thrown in the trash. The deer processors have so much of this meat, these scraps. And I mean, no human being is going to eat this stuff. It's not fit for human. It's fatty. It's got the ligand. It's got a whole bunch of stuff that no human wants to eat. But dogs love it. And this is leftover. Actually, I did this back in 2017. So I'm probably going to, these are great treats to give to all the dogs. And if one of them gets loose, I'll go grab some of this. And, I get so much of this stuff. I will spend a huge chunk of the next 2 months just drying all this deer scraps. And so I'm going to get busy filling these trays up. I'm also going to, I haven't fed the dogs since morning, so I'm going to grab some bones. I don't feel like getting blood all over my hands. And these are the gloves that I use to fill up the 2 bags. So I'm going to put those on, and I'm going to go get meat for the the dogs. Each get them a bone so they can start working on that. And I'm going to start filling these trays up and take them into the house and get them dehydrating. Depending on, how thick the scrap is, determines how long it takes. But once it's done, I just throw it in a bag. And, the dogs just love it. And it's free. This costs me nothing except some labor. That's it. A lot of deer processing plants will have the bones and all the scraps already in a bag. Where I go locally, I have to gather it. But I like that because I can leave what I don't want to give to my dogs and take what I do want to give to my dogs. Because like the leg bones and stuff, they can be hard and can crack dogs' teeth. So I don't like to give those bones, but I often get those bones from some of the other processors. But they're happy to give this away because they have to pay for somebody to haul this, to them, garbage away. So, some of these places I've learned about because they advertised on Facebook saying, hey, you want free bones for your dog, come get them. And so, if you live where hunting's big right now and you got dogs, check where the processors. There's only been one guy who I had an issue with, and I don't even deal with him anymore. And he wasn't even local. He was a good drive away. So, it was just convenient because I go there to that town to shop often. But so forget this guy. Most of the time, there's never an issue, and they are thrilled to let you take what you want. So, I just wanted to show that, how I make free dog treats every year. I feed for the rest of this year. My dogs are going to get to pig out on, deer bones, and I'll be dehydrating the scraps, and then they'll get to enjoy it year round. I've even canned deer. I've taken bones in the past and made bone broth for the dogs because that's highly nutritious for them. So if you live in an area where hunting is a big thing and you have access to these deer scraps, take advantage of it. And if you live near a butcher maybe who, takes care of cattle, I have gotten sheep bones when, when they did, some farmer took in a few sheep to be butchered, and they asked me if I wanted the sheep bones, and I said yes, and, I got all this meat from the sheep to, and the bones to give to the dogs. I've gotten cow knuckle bones. All of it for free. All from livestock that some rancher raised and, you know, naturally without all these antibiotics and stuff, and took to be processed for their own family's consumption. And I got the bones and meat scraps and stuff for free for my dogs. So, hey, that's free food. So look into what's available in your area. Your dogs will love you for it. So I got to get busy. I also need to feed the chickens and ducks and everything because it's getting kind of late now with the time change. It gets dark even earlier now, so I got to get busy. I just wanted to share with you what, you know, the free food I get my dogs every single winter during the deer season. So thanks for watching. If you like this information and my other videos, then please subscribe. It really does help when you subscribe to the channel. It's very beneficial if you like us, you know, like the video and you comment. That really is helpful. So I'd really appreciate it if you would take the time to do that. And you have a wonderful, blessed day.